Hello my friends, how are you? Today we're going to talk about foundation, and I'm going to start by putting on some primer. Now primer is one of those things that I never used until 6 months ago, and then once I got it, that's it, I'm hooked now. I don't know if any of you lovely ladies use primer. The best way that I can describe it is if you have an orange and on half of that orange you smeared primer and the other half you left clear without any primer, and then you put your foundation on one side and then on the other. Now the side of the orange that has got the primer would go on lovely and smooth. It wouldn't go in those little indentations, but the side that didn't have the primer, it would. So of course the same thing happens with your pores. What you're doing when you put your primer on, I've just cleansed and moisturised. What you do when you put your primer on is that you're making a very, very slight barrier, so your foundation isn't going to go into your pores. The particular place that I notice a difference is on my nose here. It also makes it stay on longer as well. Now ideally I should leave this for 5 minutes, but that's not going to happen because I can't sing. What I've done is I've already put on, just done my eyebrows and also my mascara as well, my fabulous Epic mascara. I've put that on first of all because I think it's better to see the complete picture, isn't it? Now lots of people put their eye makeup on before they put their foundation on, always, because of the sort of the fallout. So if you do that, great. I believe there's no rules. You do what is right for you. I have to admit, I usually put my foundation on first and then stagger about fixing my eyes and my face afterwards. So I've got two types of foundation that I'm going to show you today. The first is my definite favourite. This is the Touch Mineral Liquid Foundation. It goes on as a liquid, but it dries as a powder. It's a medium coverage and it's absolutely beautiful. Even though it's a medium coverage, you don't feel like you've got any makeup on. You really don't, but you've got that real flawless finish. So I'm going to put that on one side of my face. I should come round a little bit, shouldn't I? Because there's better light one side than the other. On the other side, I'm going to use a BB cream, which is basically a rather lovely tinted moisturiser. Now this was the colour, apart from I've picked up an empty one. I hope I've got enough in it to use it. This is the colour that I used. Oh no. And it's too pale. Never mind, I'm going to mix it together with another one anyway, because I did get myself this one shade lighter than this, and what I've been doing is I've been adding a darker one to it to get my correct sort of like colour balance. All right, so let's just hope there's some in there, otherwise I'm going to have to start this video all over again. So first of all, I'm going to use the Liquid Touch Mineral Touch Liquid Foundation. I don't know how many times I've said that and remembered it most of the time. Now this comes with a little dropper. I'm going to use the foundation brush that I've got, and I'm just going to put a little bit on there, and I'm going to dab it on half of my face. Okay, now what I'm going to do is with little circular motions, I'm just going to blend that in. So I like to sort of go a little bit over my eye as well. Okay, can you see that rather lovely coverage? Making sure, of course, you go down your neck. You want to be the same colour. And if you've got a low top on and your body's a different colour, then you need to be taking that down as well. That's it. blend it into your hairline as well. Okay, so that's one side. So the other side, all I'm going to do very basically is on some tissue, I'm just going to blend these two colours together and hope I can get something that assembles my skin colour. Resembles my skin colour. Just give it a little bit of a shake. Have I got some? Yes, I have. Now the darker one. We have a fabulous range of especially these, and we've just actually brought out, I think it's another 6 shades. Right, let's add a little bit more of the lighter colour, or I'm going to look like I've been in Jamaica on holiday. Now what I'm going to do to make this look slightly different, well not look slightly different, but just a change for you, I'm going to use a blending bud, alright? Now again, you can use whatever you prefer. I don't believe there's any set rules, but if you're using a blending bud, make sure you dampen it first. I'm going to use some rather gorgeous rose water on it, which smells divine. Or of course you can just mix it with water, whatever you'd rather. And I'm just going to mix that up, pop it all over my face. It's a bit paler than I hoped. Right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically bounce that off my skin. You can use a brush, you can use a blending bud on any of your foundations, whatever you prefer. Personally, I prefer not to use my fingers because I think you just use far too much product that way. And a little tip, if you've got one of these and you really want to get into like the corner of your eye or whatever, is to get an elastic band, like a hair elastic, which I looked for before I came out and I couldn't find one. But if you just sort of like put it around this top bit, then you've got like your own little mini one as well, and you can sort of really get into the corner of your eyes, okay? Now this one here leaves me with a slightly dewier look and just a slightly more natural look. Although on the video you probably won't really see any difference. The main difference I see is that this side is slightly more matte than the other side. Got something there, that's better. Okay, now I'm going to pop on a little bit of concealer. Again, you can do this before or after your foundation, whichever you prefer. What's happened to my brush? Here it is. Now remember, with your concealer, what you're trying to do is you're trying to lighten anything dark or conceal it. Now if, like me, you have dark under your eyes, then you need to have a concealer that's a shade lighter than your foundation. If you have rosacea, acne scarring, anything like that, that you need a strong coverage on your cheeks, for example, if you've got rosacea, then you need to get the same colour as your foundation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line basically on my dark bit there, and then I'm going to come down a bit. I don't really want anything light up here because it's just going to accentuate that bag under my eye. We don't want that, do we? I think that was a kitten noise, if you're wondering. I'm going under there and drawing a little line down. Okay, so we can blend it in nicely. Now I'm also going to go in here because I'm very dark in here, and I'm going to take it across on my eyelid and make sure it goes up in here. All right, obviously I'm going to blend this all in a minute. but it's a really nice base for your eyes if you don't want to wear any eye makeup. Right, can you see how much that has lightened up now to that side there? Makes a big difference, doesn't it? So I'm just going to do the same here. Oops, rather too much product there. So just taking it across there, making sure it goes up. Lightening it up there. All right, another place I like to do it is sort of in here, where I've got these rather large crevices now. Just a little. And again, just a little there. All right, then with my foundation brush, or whatever I was using before, I'm just going to very gently blend that in with my foundation. That's it. And of course up here as well. Now this, to be honest, why I prefer to do my eyes after, is because then I can sort of blend that in as well. But that's not too bad today. That's a good day for me. And then the same thing, I think I'll use the little corner. I'm really out of this rose water. I must get some more. It's gorgeous. So again, just blending it down. Into that corner, just sort of bouncing it off the skin really. There you go. But can you see what a massive difference that has made? And look, no nose pores. Now I'm going to show you just a very, very quick contour, because I'm going to do this in another video later. So I just want to do this so you can see like a finish effect, yeah? So very quick. Now the other side. Go back into that line just a tiny bit. That's it. And I'm going to use a different brush for this. So this hopefully might take a couple of pounds off of my steroid-filled face. We can hope, can't we? So what I'm doing now is I'm just bringing that down now to try and create a bit of a shadow. But as I said, I will go through this in another video with you another day. A little bit up here as well. Then the other end of the brush, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some blusher. Please, please, please add some blusher, because it's all very well and good trying to have cheekbones and a little bit of highlighter and what have you, but without a bit of a rosy glow you could look a little bit poorly. It's all right if you fancy a day off work. So this is a wonderful bright blusher, right? But I'm going to use the tiniest bit. Just pop it up there. just to give myself a bit of a healthier glow. Unfortunately, this, I don't know why, but this brush is molting now. Can you see the difference? I only want it very subtle, but you can see a difference, can't you? There you go. I spotted somewhere that I hadn't blended. That's it. That's better. And a tiny bit of lipstick just to finish off the look. These are fabulous. I will be showing you them. There you go. Finished look. That feels better. Thank you so much for watching, ladies. Remember, if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up or a heart, please. Loads of love. See you tomorrow. Bye.